I think that's him right there.
All right, good morning, everyone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, so if you thanks.
My name is John Hurley. I'm your judge this morning. Today we're in first appearance court. Today's, excuse me, just one moment. Okay, today's the day this court determines whether or not there's probable cause for your arrest. We're not here for a trial, not here to determine whether you're guilty or not guilty. That's not for today. Please save all those matters for your attorney and private. Remember, you have the constitutional right to remain silent. Utilize that right at all times, but if you give up the right to remain silent, whatever you say today can and will be used against you. Everything today is being recorded. Now, may I see Charlene Jackson? Also, if you have a private attorney, when you're called up, let me know who that is. Charlene Jackson, ma'am, just step right over there.
Stand to the podium. Okay. Stand right there to the podium.
Takes her a minute.
Oh, man. Take it easy a little.
Can't stand if I can't move. I got it. Still
All right.
gotta work his way out.
Charlene Jackson.
Oh, look at this.
I know.
Oh, there she goes.
Hello, Ms. Jackson. You have a violation of probation. Let me see here. We've got somebody here. Could you raise your right hand?
Oh.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Tell us your name.
Charlene Black.
Okay. And, ma'am, you have Charlene Black here on your behalf, ma'am. There's a violation of probation. She'll see Judge McCarthy on July 13th at 8:30 in the morning, all right?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, may I see Abraham Johnson?
Thank you.
Mr. Johnson is present at the main judge. He's declined the PD.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, you've been charged with domestic battery. Put finds probable cause state. Is there a criminal record on Mr. Johnson?
I'm really nervous.
Could have both of you raise your right hands? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the
Okay,
truth?
could you sign the paper
See
declining
the
the
monitor right there?
Yes, sir.
You see exactly what I'm saying, all right?
Okay.
Now, tell us your name, ma'am.
My name is Etta Racine Johnson. I'm his mother.
You're the mother, okay? And what's your name, sir?
Jonathan Johnson.
Okay. And how do you know Mr. Abraham Johnson?
He's my brother.
Okay. Now, do you all live in the same house together?
The two of us, but not Danny, not Abraham. No.
Okay, he doesn't live. All right. Now, is he working at this time?
Yes, sir, he
What type of
is.
work is that?
He's a supervisor over
At the Hard Rock.
at Hard Rock.
Okay. And how long has he been working there? Do you know?
Close to 2 years.
Okay, does he own his own home?
No, he's renting.
How long have you
Do
been
you
living
know,
7 years.
do you know Diane Johnson?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay, Diane Johnson.
She's his ex.
She's married to him, but they've been divorced. I mean, they've been separated for 5 years, not living together. He let her come in because she was
They have
home.
children
No, sir.
together?
No, Your Honor.
Out of Virginia, 1993, domestic assault.
Are you married, single, widowed, or divorced? Do you have any children? Who do you live with?
Who's that, with Danny?
Anything else?
End of
No,
record.
he has no charges. He's never been arrested before, he's never been in trouble.
Have you ever been diagnosed with any mental health issues?
He had one case that wasn't him.
No,
It was a not.
Patrice, could you confirm, please?
I think this one in Virginia.
Married, single, widowed, divorced? Okay. Legally? Live alone with family or friends? How long you
Out of Virginia.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Virginia. We didn't know
Sorry,
about that.
didn't know.
have children? Okay, make sure you
We have people walk up every day, the defendants, and they say, Judge, I've never been in trouble before my entire life.
Yeah.
And then the prosecutor reads off a list as long as my arm. So
Oh, he's retired.
we go by trust but verify here.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now,
all right. Here's your
sir, do you have any money in the bank, Mr. Johnson?
Does he have?
No, sir.
Yes.
No, ma'am.
It's just like the fact that
Do
you're
you
here
have?
and you're here.
Do you have any money in the bank, sir? Mr.
Danny.
Johnson, Abraham
No,
Johnson.
no, sir, not right now. No, sir.
So I see 1 o'clock in the morning, and he got into it with Diane Johnson. And
Any cards are blue?
she stated she was arguing. She claims he's selling his prescribed drugs. He gets prescription drugs, he's selling them, and she's concerned because she's on probation. It says he slammed the door on her right side of her body and face, struck her with a fist in the right eye. She had bruising on her face consistent with her statements. There was a witness who stated she observed the altercation between the couple. So, all right.
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
Could I tell you what? I went there after I found it. I had gone to the Hollywood Police Department because Danny had called me and told me about the altercation that morning.
That she hit him
And
with the
she was the
door.
one that hit him with the door.
How do you know that?
He had called us and told us.
He called us right away.
So she went to Hollywood Police Department, and she came home an hour later, and then his landlord called and said that that
You need to come over here. There's 10 police cars here, and they have your son in handcuffs.
All right.
But Danny was talking to the landlord at the time this supposedly happened. The landlord, I don't know if I can tell you what the landlord said. The landlord said that Danny was outside talking to him, and they made up, Diane and the woman living there, made up between the two of them for the other woman to hit Diane in the eye and say that Danny did it.
Who told you this?
The landlord.
And the
Stanley.
landlord heard that from who?
The landlord.
he lives right next door to it, right there. He heard them talking.
Did 2 women make this up?
Yes, sir. The thing is, he did not do this. I know everybody says that, but they made the story up so that to get him in trouble.
Because he's been trying
To evict them
Your
for
Honor.
3 months, and they won't go.
Okay, we're not going to try the case today.
Yes, sir.
The court's going to set the bond at $5,000. He has a prior domestic violence out of Virginia. Based on the facts of the case, the level of violence, the court will order he has no contact with Diane Johnson. Do not call her, text her, email her. Stay 500 feet from her, where she lives, where she works. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. I remember. Yeah, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, I remember you were a pickle. I remember you were a pickle at one time. It's all coming back now.
All right, take care.
Take care, sir. Do you still wear the pickle uniform once in a while?
No, unfortunately not.
Oh, okay. All right, sir. Good luck. All right.
That's all. You're on the public.
Oh, yeah, I'll come right back, you know? All right.
Do you have a private training or you want to study? The moment you speak in here?
Now, all right. Okay, so.
See your attorney after medical.
What do you have?
I don't know if it's on this morning or if it got reset for the afternoon.
Victim in case Scott McCudden. He is on page 25 of your calendar.
Right.
And
That's a TV, but that was put in the wrong
I
place.
think it got reset for the afternoon.
yes.
Gonna be around?
What I meant was is that was put in the felony arrest.
Has it already been addressed this morning?
No.
Okay.
Just let the judge know. So,
Now see,
I don't know what's up here.
toward the very end of the docket, Scott McCudden. Scott, we're going to go on this to read this.
Again, Judge, I'm not here on behalf of Mr. McCudden. I'm here on behalf of the victim, so
I'd like to read the police report.
I'm pretty familiar with the facts.
Which page is McCudden on? Do we
25. The handwritten 25 at the bottom.
Okay, so we need McCudden on page 25. Just have him come to the front and have a seat, and we'll. Here you go. You want to come up and take a read of this? Mr. McCudden, just have a seat. We're going to call you right back, all right? You want to sit down and take a look at it? Okay. I see Diana Edwards. Sir. Now, may I see Diana? Which case are you on, Mr. Coffey? You ready to go?
I could be, but I don't think he's on the morning docket. Frank Billy?
No, I put him on 1:30.
Can we, I have a ticket I've got to do at 1 o'clock down at the Hollywood Courthouse.
Put it off at 2:30 or something?
Can we make it 3? Are you here that late?
Sure.
Okay, I'll be back at 3 then, no problem.
Sounds good. Dana Edwards, please. Miss Edwards, you're charged with throwing a missile into a dwelling, a battery, could find probable cause allegedly on your grandmother, breaking a window. It's your grandmother, I believe. Yeah, go ahead. State any priors on her?
Similar offenses as juvenile.
Okay, ma'am, do you have anything to add on this defendant, Mr.
Judge, lifetime resident of Broward County. 2 months at her current address. She's currently unemployed. She does have a 5-month-old child that she takes care of. Where's that child today?
She's in Jacksonville, Wild.
Okay. Strong family ties. She's got about $400 in the bank. No land or real estate. She does have a place to stay separate from the alleged victim while the case is pending. She's hoping that her aunt will help to bond her out.
Okay, I've got an address in Jacksonville. Are you living in Jacksonville now, ma'am?
Yes.
Did you get brought down here? I mean, did they arrest you in Jacksonville and then bring you down here? Okay, can you turn that on so I could just hear?
Okay.
So when you get out of jail, you're going to go back up to Jacksonville?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
But she does have family that lives here, Judge.
I understand. Ma'am, I'm going to set you now. I'm going to set your bond account 1 at 1,000. I'm going to set your bond account 2 at $1,500. Total bond's $2,500, ma'am. I'm going to order that, and that's based on the level of violence right now, your lack of residence in Broward County. Ma'am, I'm going to order that you have no contact with Vanessa Sanders and Jeshelle Hines. Don't have any contact with them. Stay 500 feet from both of them at all times. All right, ma'am? Thank you. You ready to go?
Yes, Your Honor. May I approach?
Sure, come on up. Okay. Now, let's see Scott McCudden. Scott McCudden, sir, sir, you were charged. Is that mic on over there?
Yes.
There you go.
He said put.
No, it's on. That's good.
It's on.
It's good. We got it.
Okay.
Mr. McCudden, you're charged with domestic battery and tampering with evidence. Now, before we go any further, can you come up?
Daniel
right
Rose.
Okay. Now.
Good morning. You take medication. Do you have a power of attorney?
Jody Vasquez McCudden.
Okay. Now, there's an issue here. I know Miss Vasquez. You're married to this gentleman, right?
Yes, sir.
I know Miss Vasquez. I've known her for a number of years. Not socially, but I know her just from being in the courthouse. I know she's an attorney. Other than that, I think I knew you had a daughter. You told me, I think when the daughter was born. Other than that, I don't, we've never socialized. I've never had lunch with you. I don't really know much more about it. Now, I'm letting that go out there. And Mr. McCudden, are you being represented by counsel?
I am not at this time, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, Mr. McCudden, if you would like me to find another judge to handle this matter who perhaps does not know your wife, I can try to find another judge who doesn't know your wife. If you feel,
Your Honor,
and you won't offend me if you tell me you want me to do that. I won't be offended, and I'm not going to tell the other judge. I'll just tell the other judge to come down.
no, sir, I'm perfectly comfortable with you hearing the case.
State, how do you feel about it?
I have no objection.
Okay. Ma'am, do you have a problem if I'm the judge on the
Oh,
case?
no, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'm going to find probable cause for a count of domestic battery and tampering with evidence. Now, we have an attorney here on behalf of the alleged victim.
Excuse me, Ramona Tolley on behalf of Jody Vasquez McCudden. Judge, she just has one small request, but She does want a no contact order. However, there is a birthday party on Saturday for their mutual 6-year-old son. And there's going to be lots of family and friends there. And she wanted to ask the court if you would give Mr. McCudden permission to come to the house for the purposes of the birthday party on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Okay, now, how many children do they have together?
Just one? Well, oh yeah, that's right. They have 2
He
children
adopted
together.
my daughter, so it's 2.
Yeah.
And how old is the daughter?
14.
Daughter's 14. So, 11 to 2. And where is this going to be held at that family home?
At my home, yes.
Got it. Okay, so now, State, are there any priors?
Yes, Your Honor. Out of Naples, DUI in 2000, and out of New Jersey in 1995, endangering the welfare of a child or children.
That was fireworks, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I can tell you whatever it was a felony conviction, and the court felt it appropriate to give him 2 years probation.
Got it.
I can't hear what he's saying, Your Honor.
The prosecutor just said that it was a felony conviction and that you had 2 years of probation in New Jersey. So,
For what charge?
endangering children?
That's erroneous, sir.
Okay.
That is erroneous.
Just give us a moment. You may be able to confirm that.
Your Honor, I can print it out, a report for you if you'd like to see.
Could you do that?
Yes.
Now, could you tell me about your husband? Is he currently employed?
Yes, Your Honor.
What type of work does he do?
He's a helicopter pilot for Heisinga Holdings.
Okay, and how long does he work for that company?
Like 18 years.
Okay, and I imagine he makes a comfortable living doing that, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and how long has he lived down here in South Florida?
Many years. At least 18 years.
I have a report here. It says that
Married, single, widow, divorced.
you had bought a. Why don't you just narrate for me? Tell me what happened.
He got very upset because I bought my daughter a cell phone. A new cell phone. Her cell phone was broken, and he insisted that I return it, and I would not return it. And he went into my daughter's room and destroyed it with her in it.
Let me stop. Let me back up. I read that in the report. Why would buying a cell phone for your daughter result in him destroying your daughter's?
He just blamed her for what it said. She manipulated me into buying it.
Okay.
And ripped apart her room, cursing, screaming at her. Okay, and then my 5-year-old heard the commotion, started screaming, and we both raced up the stairs to get to him. Because he was so scared, and I tried to call, he pushed me away. I tried to call the police. He took my phone away from me. I first tried to use his phone to call it, and I yelled down to my daughter, who was hiding in her closet, to call the police, and they came right away.
Now,
Do you have any children? They live with you? Date of birth. No.
it says at one point he pushed you with both hands and you fell on the floor, is that correct?
Yes.
Were you injured? Was there any other time that there was any physical violence toward you?
No.
Now, has there ever been any times in the past where there's been any physical violence toward you?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
I don't remember when it was, but a couple of years, maybe a year ago or so, I was in the shower, he was upset, he opened the shower door and slapped me, and I fell to the floor.
Okay. Were there any drugs or alcohol involved in this?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, do you know what, okay, other than the time you were in the shower and he slapped you, any other times of violence or threats of violence?
No, Your Honor.
Does he ever carry guns or weapons with him?
No, he just has them to keep. He does not use them.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Was he in the military?
No.
What you've asked me to allow him to come to this party, and if he comes to the party, are you concerned that there could be another bout of violence? That
I think there's going to be too many people there, and it's for my son. And I'm just concerned that my son would like to see his father, obviously, on his at his birthday party. I don't want him to know there's something going on.
Other than the party, you being at the party, you believe it's in your best interest and the children's best interest that he stay somewhere else? And okay. All right, I'm looking here. I have a printout here, Scott M. McCudden, and it has a date of birth of 1965, 3/17/65, matches up right here. This is state of New Jersey. I'm looking down here. Arrested August 1st, 1995, endangering the welfare of children. Disposition, guilty, felony conviction, 2 years of probation.
Your Honor, that's wrong.
Okay.
1995, that is not me.
Michael Mobby.
Okay, well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's the wrong date, I don't know. It does certainly look like him. It's some date, on some date in New Jersey, in some year in New Jersey, it apparently on probation, found guilty of a felony.
Sir, I was living in Florida in 1995.
Like I say, at some point, whether it was 96 or 94, I don't know if they got the date wrong. I noticed how you. Okay, so
I've been here since 91.
So are you denying that it ever occurred? Is that your position? You're denying that you ever pled guilty or found guilty of endangering the welfare of a child in the state of New Jersey?
100%, sir. I have no clue what that is about.
There could be an issue with the system.
Okay, go ahead, State.
I'm looking at some information here. There could be an issue with the system.
All right. So let me ask you.
Yes, sure.
What's your opinion?
Your Honor, I don't have. First off, I don't have an objection to the choice that he be allowed to go to the just at the time of the birthday party.
You're going to put your initials there and there.
Your Honor, I would just ask, with the allegation of prior violence that the court said a bond that will be a proper deterrent to ensure that, other than the birthday party, the no contact order is followed. As long as the no contact order is followed, that's really my only concern.
That you have a birthday, that's all I have. So I don't know, maybe you signed up for the burglary.
What's the
and
date
now
of
they're
your
charging
birthday?
Saturday the 11th.
Jody, you are making a mistake.
Right now,
Your Honor, I'm a little.
Hold it, sir. Mr. McCudden, I'm gonna ask you not to address your wife, the alleged victim in this case, again. You understand that, sir?
I apologize, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Okay, hold on, just me. I'm writing this.
When you arrested for the BOP, your birthday comes to
The hours of the birthday party are 11 till 2, right?
Yes.
When you were arrested.
¿Tu trabajas?
It's in Broward.
Make up your mind.
It was here in court.
¿Tu trabajas, sí o no?
You've been arrested or charged with any misdemeanors.
¿Cuánto lleva para casa por semana?
Okay, now, so, State.
The only other thing I would ask, Your Honor,
to appoint a guardian ad litem for the minor children right now. I think I'm required to by law. I know I am.
Your Honor, Only other thing I would ask, Your Honor, because Mr. McCudden does not have counsel present, if you would advise Mr. McCudden what could potentially happen if he should violate this court's no contact order.
Sir, I'm going to set your bond on count 1 at $7,500. I'm going to set count 2 at $1,000. It's based on the level of violence. I'm not going to count the New Jersey issue because, frankly, I can't say with a high degree of certainty that is correct. So we're not going to count that toward you. But you do have a prior DUI out of Naples, 2000. Your bond, and based on the level of violence, court's concerned the safety of the alleged victim. And the court does note that there's a certain brazenness or I'm not sure, arrogance to your attitude here in court today that you speak out the way you did toward your wife. Gives the court a little concern about you following court orders. The court also, sir, will allow you to attend a birthday party on July 11th between the hours of 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. at the family home. But the court will order that while you're there, you're not allowed to discuss this matter, what led up to you being arrested while you're there with any of the guests or any of your family members while you're there. Okay, and I'm going to order also, sir, that you limit your contact with your wife to issues about the household or issues about the kids or issues about the birthday party and how it's conducted. Other than that, you're not allowed to talk about this matter or any other matter surrounding this arrest while you're there. Now, you need to be gone from that party promptly by 2:01. You're not allowed to be there. You have to leave. You're not allowed to arrive before 11 a.m. So between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. you're allowed to be there, but not any time other than that. You must, at all other times, stay 500 feet away from Miss Jody McCutton. You're not allowed to come within 500 feet of her where she lives, works, goes to school, anywhere in between. You're not allowed to possess any guns, any weapons, any firearms while you're out on release. And your contact shall be limited to indirect contact with Miss McCutton. You can go through a third party, perhaps an attorney, or a family member regarding the household and the children, paying the bills, things like that. But other than that, you're not allowed to have any contact with Miss McCutton. Is there anything else you think we need to discuss? No?
Like I said, I just want to make sure Mr. McCutton understands what could happen if he were to violate.
Let me put it this way. If he violates any of the court's conditions the court set forth today, this court will, without hesitation, put out a warrant for his arrest. All right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm done.
Okay, now, ma'am, may I help you? Which case are you here on?
The defendant's name is Terry Shell.
What is that?
Terry Shell.
Terry Shell.
Terry Shell?
Shell, front center.
Justin Garth. Is that a private?
No, that is not a private. That's a police officer.
You know, let me ask you, ma'am.
Didn't get to see him yet.
Does he need to travel for work if he travels outside of, does he travel outside of the Tri-County area?
Yes, Your Honor, and Bahamas as well.
Can I have that order back? I'm going to write on here, defendant's allowed to travel for work, all right?
Thank you.
Okay, Terry Shell. Mr. Shell, you have the right to remain silent today. You're not required or expected to make any comments about your arrest or what led up to you being arrested. But if you give up the right to remain silent, whatever you say today can and will be used against you. Everything's being recorded. Do you understand what I've explained, Mr. Shell?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, are you being represented by an attorney? Do you have a private attorney?
No.
Okay. Do you plan on hiring your own attorney?
I really don't know yet.
Okay. Are you employed at this time?
Yes, I am.
What type of work is that?
Diesel mechanic.
Do you have any money in the bank?
Yes, some money.
How much would you say you have?
Probably around about $5,000.
Okay, and do you and do you own any land or properties or houses or anything like that? No. Okay. Okay. We got 5,000. I think you could probably that could probably be a down payment to an attorney. So let me just tell you what you've been charged with: sexual assault on a victim under the age of 12 on count 1 and 2, count 3, 4, and 5, lewd and lascivious molestation on a victim less than 12 years of age. Now, state, are you seeking a foreclosed bond and release conditions?
Yes, Your Honor.
And these are first-degree felonies punishable up to life in prison.
Yes, they are.
In order for the defendant to be held without bond, the court has to make a finding there's proof evident and presumption great. Now, state, ma'am, can you raise your right hand?
Sure.
You swear or affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
So help me God, yes.
Okay. Put your hand out. Tell me your name.
Detective McClintock with the Hurley Police Department.
Okay. Thank you for coming to court today. Did you have an opportunity to investigate Mr. Shell in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. State, you want to proffer why you believe there is a proof evident presumption great level of proof in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor. And I'm going to be relying upon the probable cause affidavit, or both of them, prepared by Detective McClintock. Detective McClintock's really here, Your Honor, if you have any questions, because I believe the PCs on their own satisfy proof evident presumption great at this time. Allegations have been made by two separate victims, the grandchildren, two grandchildren of Mr. Shell. And I believe there's enough detail and specificity that satisfy the elements and provide credibility to, excuse me, Your Honor, to the version of events. Additionally, Your Honor, further testimony given to Detective McClintock by Mr. Shell's daughter, the mother of the alleged victims, that similar conduct was committed against her when she was a child, Your Honor. Your Honor, I just... And since the PC is part of the affidavit is part of the record, I'm just relying upon all the specific details, I believe, taken together do rise to the level of proof evident or presumption grade.
Okay, what are the initials of the alleged victims?
They are AT and KA.
Yes, and the value of the car and the year, make, and model.
And for the record, the reports do give their dates of birth, and they do fall under both under the age of 12. Your
What
Honor.
is the adult daughter's initials?
One moment, Your Honor.
Is anybody here on this case, the Shell case? No? Okay.
JT, Your Honor.
JT?
Yes.
That's the adult daughter. Okay. Now, anything you want to bring out from the detective?
Your Honor, nothing from me, Your Honor. I don't know if, I know sometimes the court has some questions, and we always like to provide assistance to the court by having the detective here that prepared the report.
Detective, is there anything, I've read the affidavit, anything you want to clear up, anything you want to say further?
No, Your Honor.
No, okay. The court has read, carefully read the affidavit prepared by, there's two here, by Desiree McClintock of the Hollywood Police Department. Both of them, in this court's opinion, rise to the level of proof evident or presumption grade. They go into specific detail about the alleged sexual abuse of two young girls, and the two young girls' mother, who's this defendant's daughter, back years ago. And the court does believe that these facts do add up to proof evident or presumption grade, and that the defendant shall be held without bond until further order of the court. And let's write this down here.
Jared Jackson.
Based on the affidavits prepared by Detective McClintock in the court. Also, will order, sir, you are not allowed to have any contact with AT, that's Alpha Tango, and KA, that's Kilo Alpha. No contact with those minor children, directly or indirectly. And also your adult daughter, that's JT, Juliet Tango. No contact with her. She's allegedly a victim of sexual abuse also. No contact directly or indirectly with any of those people. The court will appoint a guardian ad litem at this time.
Judge, this time defense would move for the court to give a bond under the Presiding decision.
The court at this time will not give any release condition, whether bond or any other type of release condition.
Are you on
The court
probation,
notes
sir?
this is a first degree felony punished by up to life in prison. The state of Florida has requested the defendant be held without bond. This court has found that there's proof evident or presumption great by the affidavits attached here too. This court's understanding and reading of precedent is that at first appearance, this court, when there's a finding of proof evident presumption great on a capital crime or a first degree felony punished by life, this court is without discretion to set any type of release condition, and that's also the Keel case out of the 4th DCA, that this matter needs to move to an Arthur hearing before his trial judge to determine whether a release is appropriate. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry. Anytime.
Okay, in the back row. May I help you? Which case are you here on, ma'am?
And Denisha McKenzie.
Say that a little louder for me.
It's a third. Denisha McKenzie.
Denisha McKenzie? I got it right here. Come on up, ma'am. Step right up here. Okay, I need Denisha McKenzie on our, there you go. Okay, Ms. McKenzie, been charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon and domestic battery. The court finds probable cause. State, do we have any criminal record?
No, Judge.
No criminal record. Ma'am, will you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay, put your hand down. Speak a little louder for me. Tell me your name, ma'am.
My name is Cynthia Dwyer, and I'm the mother of Denisha McKenzie.
Okay. All right, ma'am. Now, ma'am, how do you know Shaquille Powell?
Yes, he's also my son, and he's with me here right now.
How old is he?
He's 16 years old.
Okay. Do you want to bring him, can you come up here, sir? Just stand right next to your mother there and raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay. Tell us your name.
Shaquille Powell.
Say it a little louder.
Shaquille Powell.
Okay, and you're the brother of Miss Denisha McKenzie, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, she has no criminal record. I've read the report. It says that she allegedly came after you with some scissors, and it says that there was an argument over a cell phone charger, and it says she armed herself with a pen and a pair of scissors, and she admitted to stabbing you with a pin near your left clavicle. However, she denied stabbing you with scissors. And the police said there were 2 punctures, the skin was broken, and blood was observed. And she admitted to threatening to stab her brother with the scissors prior to doing so. And when the police got there, they said she still had the scissors in her hand. Okay, and they said you also had a single puncture in your right forearm. Okay. Now, let me ask you, is she currently employed, ma'am?
No, she's not. She's in school.
Where does she go to school?
She goes to Atlantic Technical.
Okay, what is she studying?
She's going for a GED, and then after that a program, something that she want to do. I don't know.
Okay, and now, has she ever held a job? Has she ever worked?
No, she's in this country. in August, the 4th of August, 1 year.
Okay. All right, and all right, let me ask the brother. Sir, you hold up your right forearm for me. Let me look at it.
It's behind right here.
Did you have a bandage on it?
No, it's mine.
Okay, what about your clavicle? Do you have a puncture wound up there?
It's just a little scratch.
Scratch? Let me ask you something. Who called the police?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, are you scared of your sister at this time if I let her out of jail?
No.
No? Anything like this ever happened before?
No.
Do you, are there any drugs or alcohol problems here with your sister?
No.
No? Any mental health issues with your sister?
Repeat that, please.
Any mental health issues?
No.
No? Do you think if I let her out of jail, you're going to be safe, or do you think she'd hurt you or someone in the family?
Yes, we're going to be safe.
You're going to be safe? All right. Ma'am, how do you feel about this?
No, she's not a violent person. Only because the argument happened then I was not there, so that's it. But she's never done anything.
Now, does she have any family members here in town other than you and her brother?
Her dad is living in Miami.
Okay. Well, you know, I think for the time being, it's best she stays somewhere else until this matter goes to another judge in about a month from now. It's going to go to another judge, and at that time, the next judge can kind of resolve some of these issues. But I think for the time being, it's better she stays somewhere else. All right?
Okay.
So why not, ma'am, Miss Denisha McKenzie, ma'am, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance on count 1 and 2. I'm going to order you get a pretrial release, though. You got to be there today by 4 o'clock. It's right down the street. Ma'am, you're going to get drug tested every week. You will have to follow certain conditions. Those are, you're not allowed to have any contact directly or indirectly with your brother, Shaquille Powell. Do not call him, text him, email him. You must stay 500 feet from him at all times. That's where he lives, works, goes to school. And you are not allowed, boy, she doesn't look like she's too happy about this. Boy, I tell you. Okay, ma'am, I can understand you're not too happy about this, but these are the rules, and if you violate the rules, you may be rearrested, so you may want to think about that. Ma'am, you must stay 500 feet from your brother at all times. That's where he lives, works, goes to school. Anywhere in between, you're not allowed to possess any guns, any weapons, any firearms while you're on release. And you can contact your mother, that's fine. But I'm just going to order you to stay away from your brother. Thank you.
Yesterday afternoon.
Thanks for coming in. Okay, take care. All right, what about Candace Young?
Main jail. Young.
Mr. Young, Ms. Young, domestic battery, tampering with evidence. The court finds probable cause. And State, do we have any criminal record on
No, Judge.
Between sisters, jumped on top of her sister, punched her with a fist multiple times in the face, head, continued to punch her in the back of the head, kept punching her. Although the victim claims to be punched in the face, head, and back, I observed no injuries, markings, or bruises to her. Now, Mr. Miller, is there anything you'd like to say?
Judge, Ms. Young has been living in Broward County her entire life. She's been at the same address for 17 years. She works at Sunshine Aftercare. She's been there for 4 years. Strong family ties. She's got about $200 in the bank. No real estate. She does have a place to stay, separate from the alleged victim while the case is pending. And she's hoping that her mother will help to bond her out.
Okay, ma'am, I'm going to say you bonded $1,000. Just on count 1, count 2, release you ROR. Ma'am, I'm just going to order that you have no contact with Gabriella Young. Don't call her, text her, email her. Stay 500 feet from her at all times. It's where she lives, works, goes to school, anywhere in between. You're not allowed to possess any guns or weapons while you're on release. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. Now I see Kip Stubs. Mr. Stubs, you're charged with domestic violence. Court finds probable cause, Mr. Stubs. State, are there any priors on Mr. Stubs?
One moment, Your Honor. He was arrested in 2013 for domestic violence battery. And just want to see. Against a different alleged victim, it was dropped.
Got it. Okay. So was there contact with the alleged victim?
Just a second, Your Honor. No, there was not.
Okay. Mr. Miller, is there anything you'd like to say at this time?
Judge, Mr. Stubbs has been living in Broward County for 7 years. He's currently unemployed, no money in the bank or real estate. He does have a place to stay while the case is pending, and he's hoping that his family will bond him out.
So you allegedly bit your significant other, causing a laceration. Also, it says that caused a small laceration between that person's eye and the bridge of the nose. Gonna note you've been arrested for domestic battery in the past. The level of violence in this case, it's going to set your bond today at $3,500. In order that you have no contact with Mark Russell, do not call him, do not text him, do not email him. Stay 500 feet from him at all times. That is where he lives, works, goes to school, anywhere in between. You're not allowed to possess any guns, any weapons, any firearms while you're on release. Thank you, sir.
You didn't put that one on.
No. I see Brandon Garcia. Brandon Garcia.
He's present at the main judge and approaching the podium.
Mr. Garcia, you are being represented by Mr. Honor, who's a very fine attorney. Allow him to speak on your behalf. Good morning, Mr. Honor. How are you?
Good morning, Judge. Thank you for the opportunity. I hope Judge Solomon got in touch with you. Judge, beside me, I have Mr. Garcia's father. Judge, I believe you probably had a chance to review the police report. Judge, this unfortunately was a call that went out by Mr. Garcia's father to police because he was off his medications, frankly, because the family couldn't afford them. The next day, my client's father was able to get a different prescription that was much lower. And unfortunately, Mr. Brandon Garcia does have a history of mental illness, is medicated, he was off his meds, and obviously was not happy when the police showed up. So I think when you put that in perspective, what I'm asking you to do is, one, not revoke his bond in his other case.
What's the other case for?
It's two. One's dealing stolen property, false ownership info in a pawn item, and theft. The other is theft and possession of prescription meds without a prescription.
One's a misdemeanor, one's a felony, Judge. I don't believe he has any priors other than those two. And given the circumstances in this case, I think he's better off being back with his family. He's got the medications now. He was actually transported from his home to the pavilion, where he was only there for a short period of time, and then he was booked into the main jail. He's obviously been hurt pretty bad. He's got a very black eye, based on obviously spitting on the officer, but I don't think that justifies being struck. But he was eventually taken into custody, and at this time My concern is getting him stabilized, and that the jail is not the appropriate place for him.
State, how do you feel about this?
Well, first, we don't know how he got that. I mean, there's allegations that he was hurting himself when the authorities were called to the home. So I just want to put that on the record. Your Honor, I guess my concern is he was given one medication. I mean, my concern is if he stops taking these meds, where are we going to be at that point?
Now let me talk to the father. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, put your hand out. Tell us your name.
Craig Garcia.
And you're the father of Brandon?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so he's obviously has some mental health issues, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, my concern is, though, does he represent a danger to you or anyone in your family if he comes home? I mean, if he comes home and you know, he doesn't take his meds, he doesn't medicate, and then he becomes violent or hurts somebody. I'm just worried about that happening. Can you tell me how you feel about that? Should I worry about that?
No, Judge. Brandon is not a violent person. It's just that sometimes when he's off his meds, he tends to get secluded. He locked himself in his room sometimes, doesn't want to talk, and just shuts down. And this particular day, he was getting loud. So I said, Brandon, what's going on? And I went inside and tried to restrain him, and he was starting to go like shit because he had seizures quite often. So I held him, and he was starting to struggle with me. So I said, Brandon, calm down. I realized, and I called the cops and said, you know, I need help with him. Maybe we need to take him to what have you. This is the first time this ever happened.
Do you ever carry any guns or weapons?
No.
Any guns in the house?
No guns in the house, nothing like that.
So, Mr. Mack just assumed release him today without a bond.
That means the other county company.
As far as violating any bond goes, you know what? We agree. I'll just take no action. Leave that to the trial court and see how they feel about it. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to release him on his own recognizance. I'm not going to order no contact. All right?
Thank you.
I mean, I'm not going to tell him he can't go home. All right? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you.
Raymond. Damian Raymond.
Okay, what about Anthony Jean-Pierre?
Walk side and have a seat straight up the middle.
Judge,
Mr. Jean-Pierre is charged with domestic
Judge.
battery. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Mr. Jean-Pierre has private attorney Brett Luskin. Sent him an email this morning. I did not hear back from him. Would you like his phone number?
Sure.
954 454 5841.
And Charlotte.
Hi, may I speak with Brett Luskin, please? We're going to reset your matter for 1:30 today, all right? Thank you. Bring this defendant back at 1:30. Alfredo Christo.
Decline PD.
North Broward.
Oh. I'm sorry, Judge, I was thinking of somebody else.
Mr. Christo, you're charged with a domestic battery. The court finds probable cause. Steve, do we have any priors on Mr. Christo?
No, Judge.
Mr. Christo, how long have you lived in South Florida?
South Florida, over 25 years.
What type of work do you do?
Marble granite.
Okay, do you have money in the bank?
This little be like 300, 200, stuff like that.
Okay. All right, sir. Did you have contact with the
There was no contact.
He's got no criminal record. He allegedly grabbed his wife's arms, pulled her down, and dug his fingernails into her arms to gain control. Multiple scratch marks on her forearms and wrists. Sir, do you have children?
My kids passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Sir, I'm going to set your bond today. I'm going to set your bond at $2,500 today, sir. Based on the level of violence, the facts of the case. Sir, I'm going to order that you have no contact with Days Christo.
I don't have it. No, I don't have contact.
No, don't call her after this hearing. I don't want you to call her, text her, email her. No contact through a third party. Do you understand?
Okay.
Okay, you're not allowed to come within 500 feet of her.
Okay.
That includes where she lives and works. Do you understand?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
And you're not allowed to possess any guns, firearms, or any other weapon while you're on release, all right?
Never.
Okay. Sir, if you need your clothing from the house, send a friend or family member over to the house to get your clothes.
I don't have nobody down here.
Well,
only me and my wife. I gotta call some friends.
You may have to call the police. The police will go with you there, and they will let you pick your belongings up, all right?
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I thought about that. Bring the gentleman back. Could you bring Mr. Christo back for me?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Christo, how long have you lived in the United States?
Around 30 years.
Do you understand what I've explained to you this morning?
Sure.
You're not allowed to call up Miss Christo. You can't contact her. You understand that, right?
Okay. I have to leave her alone.
Right,
That's
exactly.
correct.
Leave her alone.
Okay.
Don't call her. Don't go around her, all right?
So I can go in my house and pick up my clothes?
Only if you go with the police.
Okay.
You have to call up the police and tell them that you came to court and you were arrested for domestic violence, and that you ask if they will go there with you to pick up your belongings, and they'll send someone to help you, all right?
All right, thank you, sir.
Why is Larry Andrews back? The judge set the bond at 2,000 last week. Larry Andrews, I think.
Good Lord. All right. Charles Davidson. Tell me. All right, where's Davidson Charles?
He's here, but look. Yeah, look, July 2nd, 2015.
Davidson Charles,
Change of
please
charge,
step
burnt
forward.
structure. He set the bond at 2,000.
Why is he back here?
Yeah, that's right.
They're going to get him, Judge.
No, that's what this is.
Aren't you Davidson Charles? Oh, there he is.
Okay, Mr. Davidson Charles, you are charged with counts 6, 7, 8, and 9. Aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Count 7, burglary with assault or battery. Count 8, a battery. Count 9, tampering. Now,
Paramore, Brandon.
count 2 is a first-degree felony punished by life in prison.
9 is also.
Okay.
That's what we're here on July 2nd.
Now,
Yes, Your Honor.
now, is he already being held no bond on
He
anything
is,
else?
Your Honor. He's not being held. He's being held no bond on a VOP and additional charges.
Okay. So, State, tell me why 7 and 9 should be a no bond and that it meets the level of proof evident or presumption grade 7.
Your Honor, relying upon the report affidavit and the information provided by the alleged victim, Chanel Reed, that was further corroborated by the other alleged victim, Curtis Sucky, that while Mr. Charles and Ms. Reed were legally married, and I guess it alleges that was for, appears for immigration purposes, that Mr. Charles did not reside at the residence. He resided somewhere else. He entered the residence without permission, forcing his way in. Upon forcing his way in, he committed an assault against Mr. Sucky after he arrived home, committed a battery against Ms. Reed that was witnessed, I believe, by Mr. Sucky, Your Honor. And just one moment. Then, while, according to the allegations, when Ms. Reed was trying to call 911, Mr. Charles grabbed the phone, preventing her from calling the police at that time, which would satisfy the tampering with a victim, Your Honor.
Okay.
Judge, in my response to that, and my argument against proof evident presumption grades, this incident allegedly occurred on November 1st, 2014, and it also notes that at the time when the police were investigating, I don't think she gave a statement. Now you're talking about 7-8 months later. Now they locate her and she gives a statement alleging that a burglary with a battery occurred. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I would like to know what happened between 8 months, if it was that serious a card. I don't think it rises to the level because there are some questions as to what happened, why 8 months passed. I mean, to me, to establish something beyond a reasonable doubt where something that occurred in November of 2014 and 8 months later, right, you're alleging a burglary with a battery, I think there's some questions.
Your Honor, if I may,
go ahead.
It was reported initially. It states that both victims gave written complaint affidavits. They didn't give sworn statements at that time. Detective Alonzo gives an explanation for why this is being filed now. He did obtain a sworn statement at a later date from Mr. Sucky, Your Honor. But I don't want the impression that this was never reported until now is not factual, because it's very clear that it's very clear in here what happened. I mean, as far as the timeline, I understand that it did allegedly occur in November. I'm not denying that, but I just don't want it to seem as though they just sat around and all of a sudden, 6 months later in June or 7 months later decided, well, let's tell the police about this now. It was reported at the time.
Sir, the court today on count 7 and count 9 will find proof. There is proof evident presumption grade contained within the affidavit. To those two counts, you're going to be held no bond on 7 and 9. Count 6, the court's going to set that bond at $7,500. Count 8, the court's going to set that bond at $5,000. You're going to be held without bond on 7 and 9. The court will order that you have no contact with Curtis Sucky or Chanel Reed.
9 being the tampering? Is that a PBL?
Tampering is a PBL also.
Oh.
It happened.
Judge,
yes, sir.
At this time, the defense would move the court to exercise its discretion under the Presiding decision and set a bond in count 7 and 9.
Today, the court will not set a bond because the court believes it's precluded, right, based on the Preston case and the Keel case out of the 4th District Court of Appeal. The court at first appearance, where the state has sought to foreclose bond and release conditions, and the court finds there is proof evident presumption grade as to the defendant's guilt or the defendant committing the alleged crime. This court believes it's without discretion, or it lacks discretion in setting a bond or any release conditions pursuant to Preston and Keel at first appearance of the defendant's Only manner of recourse is to have an Arthur hearing before the trial.
No, it is.
Division of
Because
future
they
date.
don't
Thank
bring
you.
felony cases through first appearance.
Now,
but because
Travis Holmes.
They will bring misdemeanor because those can possibly be resolved. So.
Judge, it's just aggravated battery.
Want to take a look at any?
Pregnant woman?
Yep, Travis Holmes. Where's Travis?
Did you look at the docket?
Sir,
should have
for aggravated battery on a pregnant female.
Judge, I would argue, just briefly, conclusory statement, the suspect knows she is pregnant. How does he know? How far along is she?
Who is this? Travis Holmes.
State, I'd agree.
One moment, Your Honor.
I'd agree with that.
No, I would agree, Your Honor. It does not give any indication.
Okay, so it's not a. You want time to perfect, or do you want to?
Your Honor, we can proceed. That's fine.
So the court's going to find probable cause on a simple battery or domestic battery.
Okay.
Okay.
7/13. So what's that? Next Monday? Yeah, it's Monday. I'm just saying, just letting you know what it is.
So, do you think I can ask him to set a bond on this?
You can.
Okay. So, state, what is count? One? Go ahead.
Who's the alleged victim in this case?
It's Sherian Cavallero. Now,
I'm gonna check to see what the first three holds are. Now. He's got no bond holds, capias, grand theft auto, possession of marijuana, no valid DL. Yeah, I mean, look.
okay. All right, sir. I'm going to assume you have no money. Excellent ties to community. Court's going to set your bond today at $5,000. In order, you have no contact directly or indirectly with Sherian Cavallero. Don't call her, text her, email her. Stay 500 feet from her at all times. That is where she lives, works, goes to school, anywhere in between. You're not allowed to possess guns, firearms, or ammunition while you're on release. Thank you.
For Monday.
Nancy,
sure, if you
Antoine Anderson. Antoine Anderson, please.
Only thing I can say is.
Mr. Anderson, you're charged with aggravated battery on a pregnant female, domestic battery by strangulation, and criminal mischief. Court finds probable cause. State, do you have any criminal record on this defendant?
One moment, Your Honor.
Sir, did you have contact with the alleged? I did not. No.
Is there a misbooking? Because on page 2 of the probable cause affidavit it says aggravated battery, domestic violence, but then on the booking sheet it says aggravated battery, knew or should have known victim was pregnant. I know they're both second-degree felonies, but I just wanted to be clear as to what it was.
Your Honor, it's under the same statute number. That's just, I guess, how Coral Springs in their database, how it shows up.
Okay.
It's just an aggravated battery, specifically pregnant victim. Your Honor, I have an arrest out of Arizona in 2014, drug paraphernalia, marijuana, but I don't have a disposition.
Okay.
So,
now,
yeah, one of those is what it is.
Do we, Mr. Miller, anything you'd like to comment about?
Judge, Mr. Anderson recently relocated to Broward County to be with his mother. His family lives down here. He does have some money, has no money in the bank, or has no real estate. He does have a place to stay. Separate and apart from the alleged victim, he's hoping that his family will help to bond him out.
It's alleged, according to your girlfriend, or Davion Applewhite, that you were high and drunk. At the time, you allegedly slammed a car door on her leg, grabbed her cell phone, broke it in half. She says you punched her on the left side of her face with a fist, and then continued to strike her face over and over again with your fist while holding her neck in a chokehold. And allegedly your brother Anthony came and rescued her. She had contusions and swelling to her forearm also. And so...
Judge, I don't have any probable cause affidavits here. Is there anything on the police report suggest that her airway was cut off or that her circulation was cut off? Putting someone in a headlock is not necessarily going to choke her.
Continues with closed fist while holding her neck in a chokehold with his left.
Right. That's a headlock, Judge, and that's not necessarily going to choke someone.
And I don't necessarily agree that a headlock is the same as a chokehold.
Well, if Mr. Linder, I understand.
I was just addressing the court, sir.
I'm going to find probable cause for the strangulation based on the totality of these facts. So the court today is going to, based on the level of violence, the facts of the case, court's going to set your bond on count 1 at $7,500. Count 2, the strangulation, at $2,500. And the criminal mischief, court will release you ROR. Your total bond today is $10,000. The court will order that you have no contact. That bond is set on the level of violence. Court's concerned for Davian Applewhite, and the court will order that you have no contact, Miss Applewhite. Don't call her, don't text her, don't email her. Stay 500 feet from her at all times. That's where she lives, works, goes to school. Anywhere in between, you're not allowed to possess guns, firearms, or ammunition while you're on release. Thank you. Okay. Sir, you're here on Mr. Hakeem, right?
Yes.
Is he on the docket? I didn't see it.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
What's he charged with?
He's actually got a case out of drug court from
page 19.
May I see Mr. Hakeem, please? Anthony?
Thank you for calling me out of turn, Your Honor.
You need a signature?
Mr. Hakeem, you're charged with count 1, no bond, count 2, a municipal ordinance. That amount is $500. We have an attorney, Mr. Randy Haas, here in court. Mr. Haas, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Sir, do you have any comment today? It looks like his hearings are set for July 13th and July 23rd.
Yes, I've been in contact already with the city attorney's office. They're prosecuting the municipal ordinance case. I've not yet had contact with the felony prosecutor. It appears that the case was transferred from drug court to its original division assignment, Judge Usan, after 6 months elapsed from the date of the issuance of the capias. I guess that the case will probably go into Judge Usan's division. However, I'm hopeful that today the court will entertain my request for a bond to be set for Mr. Hakeem's case. I'd like to see him out. He's a college student. He goes to college at FAMU, and it's been a long time since I think this capias was issued, Your Honor. He was coming religiously to drug court for a number of years. I think he did about 18 months in drug court, coming down from Tallahassee on a regular basis. And I don't know what happened, but for one reason or another, that stopped. But if I looked at the clerk's website printout, and I'm seeing that it goes back to 2011 when he was arraigned, consistently came to court over and over and over again. He started drug court on a monthly basis, coming from Tallahassee to Fort Lauderdale to report. And it looks like about 12 times that he reported. And it ended in October of 2013, and it looks like he's been crime-free since then. And he's been living in Tallahassee, like I said, and just got picked up in Tallahassee on this warrant, Your Honor.
I understand. However, Mr. Haas, the court is bound by the Matta case, which says that this court or any court cannot overrule another judge's court order, and another judge has signed an order for violation of probation, so the court has to...
Actually, there is no violation of probation, Your Honor. This is a capias which is picked up on. I don't know if it's the same...
It's a, sorry, it's not a violation, but a no-show at a hearing where another judge ordered a warrant on the person. This court can't overrule that. So,
I understand.
You gotta go see his own judge, all right?
Yes. Well, thank you for hearing us, Your Honor. And Mr. Hakeem, I will see you in jail before your next court date, probably sometime in the next 24 to 48 hours.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, have a nice day, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, may I see the following people? Please line up when I call your name. Please line up when I call your name. Helen Carrillo.
Then you really need to have an attorney, don't you?
Helen Carrillo.
Yes.
Ms. Carrillo, you have 3 warrants. They're all misdemeanors. They're all no bond, DUI, no driver's license, and you'll see your judge on the 10th at 9 a.m. Thank you.
Is that a home address?
Messi, Alfonso Hall, Daniel Rhodes, Jawan Evans, and Edwin Perdomo.
Hall is on copy, Your Honor.
Alfonso Hall, count 6, violating probation, no bond. Thank you. Daniel Rhodes. Mr. Rhodes, where are you, sir? Right there, violating probation, no bond. Thank you. Jawan Evans. Where's Evans? Mr. Evans, violating probation, no bond. Thank you. Edwin Perdomo. Sir, count 1 through 5 are, looks like DUI warrants. They total $8,000, sir, total bonds. Thank you.
Judge, is he eligible for any kind of reduction in these bonds? Specifically, count 3 seems to be a bit over the top.
Hold on.
No.
Alright, gotta put your blue line.
Count 5 also seems to be over the top.
Hold on, let me. These out of custody.
Sorry,
No
who's
problem.
this?
This form is invoking your right to remain silent, meaning you should
These are,
Who is this, Your Honor?
Perdomo.
Are you arrested by yourself?
No, these are. This is, one moment, I'll check Odyssey.
Are they 9/12? 6?
I know, but. This is from his failure to appear at arraignment from Judge Cole.
Okay, sir,
Never
thank
mind.
you.
Thank you, Judge. Off you go.
Okay, what about Michael Clark, Michael Mobley, Ronald Lelane, and Ryan Bernal?
Clark? Michael Clark? Is that you? You Michael Clark?
Where's Clark? Michael?
This is Michael Clark.
So we're going to see you at 1:30. Bring this defendant back at 1:30. Thank you. How about Michael
Thanks, see you after
Mobley?
lunch. Go that way now.
Michael
Oh, sorry.
Mobley, count
After
for
lunch, yes,
violating
sir.
probation, no bond. Thank you. Ronald Lelane, violating probation, no bond. Ryan Bernal, count 1, you have a warrant on a felony, no bond. Count 2, distributing, delivering methamphetamine, $2,500. Thank you. How about Jermaine Watson, Gabriel Segura, Zachary Lorterzo?
Watson?
Are you
Who's
married?
Watson?
Mr. Watson.
Who do you live with?
Pain jail.
Watson, violating probation, no bond. Gabriel Segura, violating community control, $10,000. Zachary Lorterzo. Sir, violating community control, no bond. Kenny Charlemagne. Darren Miller. Rashad Mullanes and Darius Wilkins.
This is Mr. Charlemagne.
Mr. Charlemagne, violating community control, 2 counts, no bond. Darren Miller, violating probation, 2 counts, no bond.
Tuesday.
Rashad Mullanes, violating probation, no bond. Darius Wilkins, violating community control, 2 counts, no bond. David Armstrong, Todd Durham, and Vincent Rosier.
Soto on the docket.
David
Yes.
All right, here we go. Maritane LaFrance, Janta Hajj, Karina Torres, and Olivia Todd. Please line up.
LaFrance, North Broward.
Miss LaFrance, could you please bring Miss LaFrance back at 1:30 for us? Thank you. How about Janta Hajj?
Paul Ryan, Your Honor.
Ms. Hodge, ma'am, count 6 is a burglary of a conveyance. Quick finds probable cause. Remove the victim's keys from a treadmill. U-Fit gym. in Oakland Park, and gave the keys to a blackmail subject, used the keys to gain access to the victim's Honda Accord. Could you tell me what...
the highlights are she's got $11,000 worth of bonds on burg structure, grand theft, and escape. She's also got no bond holds on felony theft and burg structure.
Ma'am, I'm going to set your bond today at $5,000 based on the facts of the case. You can bond out of jail, ma'am. Thank you. How about Karina Torres?
In jail.
Ma'am, passing a forged or altered bill or note. Count 2, grand theft. Court finds probable cause. State, do you have any priors on Ms. Torres? I see a Miami address, allegedly from Elite Tent Company, Wells Fargo Bank. Identified her, trying to present a check for $5,700.
Well, I figured I didn't know what was in it. I was curious. I didn't. I knew.
Do you have
no priors? I
No.
I was just curious what was in it. No priors.
All right, ma'am. How long have you lived down in South Florida?
Judge, she's a 24-year resident of South Florida. She's been in her current address for 3 months. She works for the Yellow Cab Company. She's been there for 15 months. Strong family ties, no money or real estate. She's hoping that her mother will help to bond her out.
Ma'am, I'm going to set count 1 at 1,000. Count 2, I'm going to release your ROR. That's just based on the amount of money allegedly involved in your short time at your address. Thank you. How about Olivia Todd?
North Broward.
Ms. Todd, you're charged with petty theft. Count 1, your bond's $250. Count 2, false ID given to the police, $100. 3, possession of heroin, $1,000. 4, 5, and 6 are misdemeanor warrant, $250. 5 and 6, violating pretrial no bond. Thank you.
Maybe I want to go.
How about Ashley Lee, Elliot Morjan, Carlton Petrillo, and Rajendra Ramatar?
Your Honor, Lee bonded.
Lee bonded, okay.
Is that it?
More John, is it Paul Ryan?
Lake Buena Vista Resort, Wyndham.
Okay. Ma'am, you've been charged with prostitution, committing lewdness, offering to engage in that type of behavior. The court finds probable cause. It was a little difficult to read the handwriting, but the court got the gist of what was allegedly occurring. State, could you, some of the, ma'am, how long have you lived down here in South Florida?
I got it.
Turn on that mic, hit the button up there, ma'am. There's a button right there. I can't hear.
Who are you talking to, Your Honor?
Conti, Paul Ryan facility.
Okay, go on.
Ma'am, how long have you lived down in South Florida?
All my life.
And do you have family down here, ma'am?
Yes.
Bond's posted on this. Okay, who do you have in South Florida, ma'am?
My mom, my husband, my daughter, and my stepdad.
How old is your daughter?
2 years old.
Okay. Do you still live on 55th Street in Lauderdale by the Sea?
No, it's not on the, it's on Miramar. The address is wrong. They put it wrong.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm going to set your bond at 1,000. You can bond out. Thank you. How about Carrollton Petrillo?
Main jail.
Sir, municipal ordinance. I'm going to see you at 1:30 today. All right, sir? Thank you.
Yes, sir.
How about Rajendra Ramatar?
Main jail.
Sir, criminal mischief. The court finds probable cause. State, do we have any criminal record on?
DUI, property damage, 2013. Possession of cannabis, 2009.
Portillo and medicine.
Morris.
Okay, so broken a window, shattered a window with a flashlight. They have it on video. All right, sir. I'm say your bond at $100, and I'm going to order you have no contact with Kameen Ramator. Stay away from her and her all her property. Thank you.
Off you go.
Time served.
Thank you. What about Stephen Morris?
Off you go.
William
Main jail.
Luzon Julio Cruz, and Walter Mancy.
This is Mr. Morris.
Mr. Morris, from this ordinance, I'm going to see you at 1:30 today, all right, sir? Thank you.
All right, we'll see you after lunch. Off you go.
Okay, what about William
Are you William?
Luzon?
William Luzon? Trying to resolve this?
Sir, trespassing, you want to resolve it right now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, you're not allowed to go back to La Quinta or La Quinta. You understand that?
Yes.
Sir,
looks like this is his third arrest.
third arrest for what?
Well, looks like he's out on a cocaine.
Got a cocaine open, okay. Okay, state, any?
Oh, I'm just checking to see if there is one.
Mr. Luzon. Sir, let me ask you, is that on? Can you hear me, Mr. Luzon?
Yes.
Sir, do you know which building you're in right now?
Main jail.
Okay, and which city are you in? Do you know?
Fort Lauderdale, Broward County.
What do you get when you add 3 plus 2?
5.
Who's the President of the United States?
President Barack Obama.
Okay. So would you...
One moment, Judge.
Well, I mean, how much do you have to pry for a trespassing case? Okay. I mean, okay. I understand. Mr. Luzon, would you like to plead no contest to this charge today? It'll be over with today?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand we're not going to have a trial. We're not going to have your day in court. It's wrapped up right now.
Yes, Your Honor.
But it's clear you're not allowed to go back to La Quinta or La Quinta Inn on Commercial Boulevard, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you plead no contest, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll withhold adjudication, sir. Thank you. Thank you. What about Julio Cruz?
Off you go. Good luck.
Okay. How about Walter Mancy?
Spanish interpreter, please.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, go ahead. That's good.
Thomas Simon.
Thomas Simon. After Simon will be Herman Hankerson, Trayvon Sutton, and Justin Garth. Simon, petty theft, finds probable cause. See, do we have any prayers on Mr. Thomas Simon?
Arrested last year at Delray for fraud.
I didn't even know what the rest of them.
2012 petty theft.
Out of where?
Broward was a petty theft.
Got it.
He had another dealing in stolen property out of Palm Beach, 2010. 2008 possession of cocaine.
Okay, so let me get this
He had
straight.
another petty theft in 2008 out of Palm Beach.
When are you taking calls?
That's it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so this may end up being charged with a felony. All right, Mr. Sir, are you currently employed?
Yes, sir.
What type of work do you do?
I'm in sales and marketing.
Okay, do you have any money in the bank?
No, sir.
So I'm going to set your bond today. I'm going to raise it to $1,000. 1, 2, you have 2 prior theft, dealing, stolen property, fraud, cocaine. I'm going to order you're not allowed to go back to Home Depot. Thank you. How about Herman Hankerson?
North Broward.
Mr. Hankerson, trespassing, sir. The court finds probable cause. Mr. Hankerson. Black male that is at the gas pumps laying on the ground, West Sunrise Boulevard. And Return to the location, harassing customers. All right. Steve, do we have any priors on him?
Yes, Judge. He,
Shell gas station. I know do I know exactly where that is? Sunrise, Shell gas station. Oh, I know where that is. It's right there at the corner of Power Line, right? Power Line at Sunrise.
Yes, sir.
He's out on a possession of cocaine. He's got multiple other priors.
What's case number?
14-9514 CF10A.
So I'm going to say your bond at $250 today, and I'm going to say you're revoke your bond on 14-9514 CF10. You're going to be held without bond. Thank you, sir. Okay, what about Trayvon Sutton?
Major.
Okay, count 3, sir. Bond surrender. That's $3,500. Count 2, count 3. Oh, I'm take that back. That's count 3. Count 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are burglary of a conveyance, grand theft. Count 6, 7, and 8 are causing a child to commit an act of delinquency or dependency. And the court finds probable cause. Allegedly, you were burglarizing vehicles with using the help of underage males. I think one was 16, one was either 15. And go ahead, Steve. Do we have any criminal record on this defendant?
One moment, Your Honor.
These allegedly occurred June 7th. The bond surrender on count 3.
Yeah, I'm checking. One moment. Okay. He's got a pending fleeing or attempting to elude law enforcement and a DWLS. He was arrested, I believe, May 5th, posted his bond May 6th.
What was the case number?
15-5881 CF10A.
Okay. So, sir, today, I'm going to assume you have no money and excellent ties to the community. I'm going to set count 4 at $3,500, count 5 at $1,000, 6, 7, and 8 at $100. The court will revoke your bond on 15-5881 CF10. You're going to be held without bond. That's count 3, bond surrender. Thank you. Justin, yes, sir.
Judge, on counts 4 through 8, I don't have a probable cause affidavit. Could you tell me the date? Could you tell him the date of offense, the alleged
June
offense?
7th, June 7th, 2015. Thank you.
Can I ask a question? Thank you, Judge.
Justin Garth. So you've been charged with possession
Sorry,
of
Judge.
a weapon or
Mr. Sutton
ammunition.
would like to ask the court a question.
Excuse me? Go ahead.
How you doing, Judge?
Doing fine, sir. Thank you.
The case that I was on my way to court for the one that you revoked.
Right.
I was on my way to court to handle that same day. I got stopped in the car on my way to court. So I was gonna get my affidavit, and I had my stepdad had the money on my way to court that day, and they stopped us and took me in for questioning, and that was it. But I was on my way to court for the one you just revoked, sir, and it was going to be handled that day. It was going to be handled.
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you. Let's see Justin Garth.
Decline PD.
Mr. Garth, possession of a weapon or ammunition by a convicted Florida felon. Count 2, possession of cocaine. Count 3, possession of controlled substance without a prescription. 4, possession of heroin. 5, possession of fentanyl. 6, possession of cannabis. 7, drug paraphernalia. 8, resisting arrest. Count 9, license suspended. State, is this defendant a convicted felon? The court's going to find probable cause for count 2 through count 9.
Yeah, I'm going to need the court to, I'm going to need, Patrice, if you can give other priors if there are other ones, but I can tell you, Your Honor, he was convicted March 1st, 2013 of possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver in the 19th Judicial Circuit.
Where's that? What's the 19th? St. Lucie? Got it. Okay, Mr. Garth, are you currently employed?
Yes, sir.
What type of work is that, sir?
I'm a marketing manager. I promote music at the studio.
Okay. Do you have any money in the bank?
Yes, sir.
How much do you think you have?
Probably about 2,800.
Okay. And how long have you lived down here in South Florida?
All my life.
Okay. Got it. Okay, so on count 9, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance as to count 9 because your license is it is suspended, but it's not really that big a deal. I'm looking here. Allegedly, this defendant had a Hard Rock Hotel Casino. He's arrested, but it says here that he had a fully loaded, available to be fired Ruger 380, fully loaded 5 rounds. Okay. Okay, sir, based on the facts of the case, your criminal record, court's going to set your bond on count 1 at $7,500. Count 2, 3, 4, and 5 will be $1,000 per count. Count 6, 7, 8 will be $100 per count. And you can bond out of jail, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Excuse me? 7,800.
How about Canaris Hall, Jared Jackson, Orlando Gonzalez, and Jeremy Backus. I remember Backus.
Hall is North Broward.
Oh, I understand. We handle it here. Okay. Canaris Hall, Grand Theft Auto, 1,000. 2 and 3, no bond required on resisting arrest. 4, violating probation, no bond. 5, violating probation, no bond. Thank you. Jared Jackson.
Main jail.
Sir, burglary of a conveyance and theft. You also have an out-of-county hold for burglary of a conveyance out of Volusia County. So it says that July 6th in Pompano, you allegedly broke a window of a vehicle at a beach parking lot. There were witnesses who observed you remove the victim's purse, her wallet. Go ahead.
My only thing is on the booking sheet it says state of emergency.
Well,
I would agree. That's just a misbooking with the statute number. One moment, Your Honor. Okay, his prior record includes unlawful use of false name ID 2011, possession of marijuana 2009, possession of marijuana 09, possession of marijuana 08, resisting without violence, unlawful use of false name ID, exposure 07, possession of marijuana 05 and 06, another in 05, another in 05, another in 05, trespass 03, possession of marijuana 02, several DWSs, and that's his record out of Broward. And then,
sir, you currently, do you have anything you want to say, Mr. Miller?
Yes, Judge. He's a lifetime resident of Broward County. He's been living in the same place his entire life. Currently unemployed. He does have 5 children that he's helped support. age 3, 3, 5, 6, and 13. Strong family ties, no money or real estate, and he's hoping that his mother will help bond him out.
So based on your criminal record, the facts of the case, you're wanted also out of Volusia County for the same thing. Failed to appear in court. And based on your criminal record, these facts, count 1, your bond $7,500. Count 2, the theft, $500. You wanted out of St. Lucie, no bond, or Volusia, no bond on count 3. Thank you. Orlando Gonzalez. Mr. Gonzalez, you are charged with count 1, driving with no license, leaving the scene of a crash, and not having insurance. Currently, a fine probable cause, count 4, you're on probation out of Monroe County, and that is for, I'm not sure what that's for, who's on probation for, but that being said,
Felony battery.
What is it?
It's a felony battery.
Felony battery? Okay, does he have any other priors? Mr. Miller, anything you'd like to say?
Judge? No. I assume the court's just gonna keep him on the same because
I'm gonna give him a bond on count 1, sir. What do you do for work right now?
I do mechanics, like at home.
Do you have any money? Do you have any money in the bank?
No,
How long have you lived in South Florida?
all my life.
Okay.
Yes, he had priors out of Monroe County. That qualified you for the 2014. He had a grand theft auto 2013 out of Broward. And a priors.
Got it. Sir, you have no driver's license and you allegedly get into a crash and leave the scene. I'm going to set your bond on count 1 at $1,500. Count 2, I'm going to set it at $500. And you're going to be held on count 4, violation of probation, I believe, out of Monroe County. Also based on your criminal record. Thank you. Jeremy Backus is bonded, and we handled that yesterday. There you go. Okay, what about Damian Raymond, Eric Schaefer, Brandon Paramore, and Rodney Davis? Please line up.
Mr. Raymond, Judge?
Sir, Mr. Raymond, possession of PVP, also known as FLACA. 2, leaving the highway to avoid a traffic device. You have driving unsafe equipment, license suspended. Quick finds probable cause. Do we have any priors on Mr.? No, he's got no driver's license. The one he does not have is currently suspended. Go ahead.
No priors.
No priors? Okay, sir, do you have any money?
Lifetime resident. Lifetime resident in South Florida. He's got been the same address for 5 years. He works at the Hyatt. Been working there for 5 years. Has 7 children. Age ranges from 1 to 7. He has strong family ties, no money in the bank, no real estate. Hopefully his family will help to bond him out. We're looking for pretrial release, Judge.
So I'm going to let you bond out today on count 1 at 1,000 based on the dangerous nature of FLACA, PVP count 1, and also driving without a driver's license. You have no driver's license. Thank you. How about Eric Schaefer?
Good luck. Would the court do a SAP order on Mr. Schaefer, Judge?
Mr. Schaefer, theft on count 1. Count 2, you're on grand theft probation out of Dade County. Count 1, you allegedly, let me see here. Okay, stealing from your roommate. So I'm going to set your bond on count 1 at 100. Count 2, no bond. Grand theft. Thank you. How about Brandon Paramore? Mr. Paramore, possession of cocaine, PVP, heroin, resisting arrest with violence, resisting arrest without violence, license suspended, and a writ of arrest, a purge amount of $590 on count 8. Count 9, possession of cocaine. Count 10, introducing contraband into a detention facility. So, court is going to find probable cause of Mr. Paramore. I'm looking at his driver's license right now. It's good unless only for the child support issue. So other than that, it's a pretty good driving record. Go ahead, state any priors.
Yes, Your Honor, one moment.
Mr. Miller, anything you want to say on behalf of Mr. Paramore?
Judge, Mr. Paramore is a lifetime resident of South Florida. He's been at the same address for about a year. He's got a job landscaping. He's been doing that for 10 years. He's got 11 children, strong family ties, no land or real estate, and he's hoping that his wife will help to bond him out.
I haven't been in trouble in 9 years.
Okay, all right. His priors include 2011 unlawful use of false name ID.
Hold on, wait. You said he hadn't been in trouble either 9 years or 11 years. I don't know. 9 years.
All right, well, I don't know. 2005 unlawful use of false name ID, loitering and prowling, theft, possession of marijuana, 05, possession of cocaine with intent, 03, trespass, 02.
Sir, based on your criminal record, the facts of the case, count 1's 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, count 4 is 1,000, count 5 and 6 100, and count 8 the writ is $590. Thank you, sir. I also have to give you on 9 and 10. Sorry about that.
What was it on 4? I'm sorry.
4 was 1,000.
Okay.
9, 1,000, 10, 1,000. How about Rodney Davis? Rodney Davis?
Davis Medical Reset.
Okay, we'll set that for Thursday in the PM. Okay, Emmanuel McSweeney, Marcel Fillmore, Matthew Mobby, and Rodney Sutton. Possession of PVP on count 1, Mr. McSweeney. Count 2, resisting arrest. And count 1's 1,000. Count 3, violation of pretrial, no bond. Marcel Fillmore. Mr. Fillmore, where's Fillmore?
Your Honor,
Step right on up, sir. Come on up, Fillmore.
I'm going to be requesting, at this point, 24 hours for PC.
Count 1, robbery with the weapon. 2, burglary with the battery. 3 and 4, possession of a weapon or ammunition by a convicted felon state.
Looks like there's ID issues. I mean, I'm going to be seeking to add more details also, but at a minimum there, it looks like there's ID issues.
I mean, okay. Okay, so you...
That's for 24 hours.
Yeah, I'm going to give the state 24 hours for this, all right? So you're going to be held without bond 24 hours.
First things first.
All right. Matthew Mobby.
Decline PD.
Mr. Mobby, burglary of a conveyance, battery on a police officer, and assault. Court finds probable cause. And do we have any priors on Mr. Mobby? I'll call you up next. Mr. Mobby, how long have you lived down here in South Florida?
Like 17 years, besides when I was at college up in Gainesville.
Are you
for 4 years.
Employed?
I'm currently not employed, but I'm working part-time with my parents to pay off some student debt.
Do you have any money in the bank?
No, I currently don't, but my parents were going to help me.
Do you have any land or property? Do you own land or property in South Florida?
No, I don't.
Go ahead.
No, I don't own.
No priors.
I don't own any.
No, Judge.
No? This is, the arrestee was under the influence of alcohol. He entered a work van through an unlocked driver's side door and removed an iPad on the driver's seat of the van.
I don't know. I don't have any access to that police report.
The victim ran to the Marathon gas station and chased the defendant down. Chased him in the store. Once inside the store, the arrestee began throwing several items at the victim.
I want to try the Brooklyn water van. I did.
The defendant refused to enter the holding cell area.
You're like this. They have holes in them.
Kicked the police in the leg and the calf area. So, all right, sir. Where'd you go to high school?
St. Thomas Aquinas High School.
Did you graduate?
Yeah, I graduated from high school, and I graduated from the University of Florida in Gainesville.
What did you major in at University of Florida?
Operations management, microbiology, and I had a minor in process management and construction, and I was also pre-med.
And you're only working part-time right now?
Yeah, because I'm in between jobs. I'm in sales, so I'm in between jobs right now. Currently looking for.
Well, the last job you had in sales, what type of things were you selling?
I was doing structured assets, like wrongful death cases, lump sums.
How long ago was it you worked in that field?
That was in just about February.
Well, so from February until now, what do you do with yourself all day?
I've been working part time for my family doing real estate because I was thinking about going back into real estate school.
Do you have a real estate license or real estate brokerage?
No, I don't. No, that's why I was thinking about just working part time for them.
I have
and then
one more question. If you don't have a real estate license or a real estate brokerage license, what exactly do you do in real estate?
I can do anything as a real estate assistant, from collect contracts, courier services. Right. I could show properties but not present properties, collect cash.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do a mix. I'm gonna put them on pretrial. All right. I have a strong feeling there's an alcohol issue here, sir, a serious alcohol issue, and that's the reason I ask you so many questions. And I think it kind of confirmed to me what was going on. I mean, you're obviously a very bright young man. You went to St. Thomas. You went to University of Florida, majored in biology or whatever. I mean, you're obviously a bright person. You're working in real estate, not with a license, and sitting on houses, and maybe a courier once in a while. I have a feeling that alcohol is so serious in your life, it's derailed you. So I'm going to try to help you today with this issue.
Well,
you don't need to say anything.
Okay, because I'm currently, as part of my.
Well,
I'm currently seeking treatment, so that's why I was going to say.
I understand, but apparently the treatment, from what I can see, is not taking hold right away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a bond today of the burglar, the conveyance. I'm going to set that bond today. You have no criminal record at $4,500. Battery on a police officer, I'm going to set that bond at $2,500. The assault, I'm going to set that bond at $1,000. So, and I'm also going to order that. Let me just write this. Okay, 0. So I'm also going to order that. Whoops. Let's see here. Correct. Okay, so, sir, you're going to have to post a bond of $8,000, and then you'll have pretrial release. So what I'm going to do is, as soon as you bond out of jail, the following business day, after you bond out, you'll have to go to pretrial release. It's right across the street or down the street from where the jail is, from where you are right now. The gentleman right there will give you a map. I'm going to order, sir, that you have a drug and alcohol evaluation. I'm going to order that you attend 5 AA meetings per week. And I'm going to also order you are not allowed to consume any alcoholic beverages while you're on release. You're going to be tested frequently. And if you consume any alcoholic beverages and this court finds out, you'll be rearrested, put back in jail, and most likely held without bond. Is that clear?
Yes. What about if I'm gonna go to a treatment, like a 30-day treatment?
Well,
facility?
what you would do is you would have to have that brought before either me or your trial judge for us to approve it. And if you get pre-approval, then you can go do that. All right?
Okay.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Okay. What about Rodney Sutton? Can we just? All right, let me see. I need Walter Mancy, the Spanish speaker, up here.
I'm not good at some of this.
Main gym.
Ma'am, do you swear or affirm to translate from English to Spanish, Spanish to English truthfully to the best of your ability?
Yes, I do, Sylvia Orozco.
Mr. Mancy.
Señor Mancy.
You're here for obstructing the
Está
highway on
aquí
count 1.
por obstruir la autopista, cargo número 1.
Count 2 is trespassing.
Y meterse en una propiedad ilegalmente.
Count 3 and 4.
El tercero y cuarto acusación es.
It says you didn't show up in court for.
Dice que usted no se presentó al tribunal anteriormente cuando le dieron tickets para presentarse y no fue. Voy a pasar este asunto, aplazarlo a la 1:30 de la tarde hoy. Tiene que presentarse nuevamente. Gracias, señor.
Okay. Hasta luego. Sí. Yes, yes.
Okay, do you want to make an announcement for Spanish?
Yes, certainly. ¿Alguien más necesita intérprete en español?
No. Okay, Frederick, thank you, ma'am. Frederick Mack, Uriel Prado, Michael Rafa. Line up, please, if I called out your name.
Judges, this is Mr. Mack.
Okay, grand theft, sir, fraud, quick finds, probable cause. You tried to allegedly pass a check for $5,800. Steve, do we have any priors on this gentleman?
One moment, Judge. Yes. Out of Dade, 2012, possession of cocaine. Sale delivery of cocaine, 2010. Resisting without violence, 09. Burglary dwelling, 08. Possession of cocaine, 07. Possession of cocaine, 06. Possession of cocaine, carrying concealed weapon, 05.
These are all out of date, right?
All out of date. Possession of marijuana, drug paraphernalia. That's from 94. He's also had. He's federal priors. 2003, felon in possession of firearm. Violated his supervised release, got 24 months. One
Got
moment,
it.
Your Honor. And all right, just to be clear, Your Honor, the case was originally from 95. He looks like violated multiple times.
Okay.
And then ultimately had a
Sir,
violation.
are you currently employed?
No, sir. Judge, Mr. Mack does not have a job. He's been in Broward County for 49 years. He's been in his current address for 6. He has strict all of his family lives down here. He's hoping his girlfriend will bond him out.
I'm going to let you bond out. Count 1 and 2 are 1,000. So based on your lengthy criminal record, that's the case. Thank you.
Here you go. Good luck.
How about Uriel Prieto?
Prieto.
Yeah, he bonded.
Bonded, Judge. Rafa.
Michael Rafa.
Oh, North Broward, Judge.
Michael Rafa. Mr. Rafa, petty theft.
North Broward, Judge.
Passing a forged instrument or bill, forgery. Quick finds, probable cause. Sir, how long have you lived down here in South Florida?
All my life.
And what do you do for work right now, sir?
I'm on disability, sir.
Okay. Do you have any money in the bank?
No, sir.
Okay, let me ask you there. No?
No priors.
Mr. Rafa, how long have you lived on 75th Avenue in Plantation?
Little over a year.
Okay. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Judge, there's North Broward called me on another gentleman that's over there, Rodney Sutton. I don't know if we dealt with that.
Rodney Sutton?
Yeah, it's a grand
Didn't I
theft.
take care of it already?
I don't know. No.
Got it right here. Okay, may I see Rodney Sutton?
North Broward, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Mr. Sutton. You're charged with grand theft. Do we have any priors on Rodney Sutton?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Sutton, how long have you lived down here in South Florida?
Never mind.
All my life, sir.
Okay. Do you have money in the bank?
No, sir.
Go ahead, State. Do you have anything on Rodney Sutton?
Yeah, Your Honor, the state's going to be seeking a bond increase. His prior 1993 first-degree attempted murder, robbery with a firearm or deadly weapon, sentenced to 20-year state prison.
Okay, wait. Robbery. Okay, so first, and then how long did he get for that?
20 years. Was released December 21st, 2012.
Got it. Okay. All right, sir. I'm going to set your bond today based on these facts. Your criminal record. You allegedly stole over $3,000 from a company which you didn't do the work for. I'm going to set your bond today at $3,500. All right? You can bond out of jail. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, man. I see Kerry Diaz, Richard Neves, Christopher Reed, and Jerac Wilds. Kerry Diaz. Possession of alprazolam, chlor, let me see, Librium, I don't know, chlordiazepoxide, I don't know. And then count 3 is possession of cannabis. State, do we have a criminal record on this defendant?
Just the possession of marijuana 09, trespass 08.
Okay. Sir, are you currently employed?
Yeah.
What type of work do you do, sir?
Fabricator for high rises.
Do you have any money in the bank?
No.
How long have you lived down here in South Florida?
I was like 6 or 5.
Okay. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. You have to go to pretrial release today by 4 o'clock, right down the street. They'll give you a map right there, okay, sir?
All right, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. What about Richard Neves?
President, the main judge, we need a preserved evidence order for this case.
Sure. Done. Sir, you're charged with felony battery, great bodily harm. Struck a person in the face out at the Mannheim auto auction.
41.
And, allegedly, there's a witness to this that said that they saw you punch a man in the mouth. And
it wasn't a mouth. It was on his cheek, sir.
Don't talk.
Said you knocked out one of his teeth. Go ahead, State. Do we have any priors?
Yes, Judge. This is all out of date. 2011, possession of marijuana over 20 grams. 3 years, concurrently with trafficking heroin between 14 and 28 grams and grand theft auto. Obviously, 3 years.
How long?
3 years on all of them, concurrent.
Out of date, right?
Yes, was released September 1st of last year. 2009 out of date, carrying concealed weapon. Loitering and prowling, 08 out of date. Attempted purchase of cocaine, 08 out of date. Possession of marijuana, 08 out of date. Possession of cocaine, 08 out of date.
Okay. Mr. Miller, anything you'd like to say?
Judge, Mr. Nieves is a lifetime resident of Broward, South Florida, not Broward County. He works at Empire Staffing in addition to his part-time job at the other place. Strong family ties, no money or real estate. He's hoping that his family will bond him out.
I understand, sir. Based on the level of violence, the facts of the case, I see you're 27. You've already gone to prison for 3 years for drug trafficking, felony cannabis, grand theft auto. You have other felonies. So I'm going to set your bond today at $7,500 based on the level of violence, the facts of the case. I'm going to let you bond out. I'm going to order you're not allowed to have any contact directly or indirectly with Eduardo Haya Salgado. You must stay 500 feet from him at all times. Thank you, sir. Let's see Christopher Reed. Let's see Christopher Reed. After Mr. Reed, I need Jerac Wilds, Reed and Wilds.
Christopher Reed bonded, Judge.
Bonded. What about Wilds?
He's he'll be here in a moment.
Mr. Wilds.
Approaching.
Possession with intent to sell, deliver cocaine. Where's Wilds?
Present at the main, Judge.
Sir, you're charged with a possession with intent to sell, deliver cocaine. Court finds probable cause. State, do you have any priors on this gentleman?
Yes, Your Honor. Out of date 2009, attempted strong-arm robbery, 08 aggravated assault, sentenced concurrently on both cases to a year and a day state prison. Was released 2010, and theft out of date 2012. Resisting without violence date 07. Possession of cocaine date 07. Resisting without violence in date 07. Resisting without violence 07. Possession of cocaine 06. Theft 05. Loitering and prowling 05. Misdemeanor. All right.
That's good. Okay. Now, Mr. Miller, anything you want to say?
Judge, Mr. Wiles is a lifetime resident of South Florida. He's lived at the same address for the past 4 years. He works at Kosher Construction. He's been there for 5 years. Has 2 children, aged 2 and 3. Strong family ties, no money or real estate. He's hoping that his brother will help bond him out.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set your bond at $2,500 just based on your criminal record, the facts of the case. Thank you. How about Deshaun McCrimmon, Brandon Barr, Leonard Henley, and Larry Andrews. Please line up.
Who's this?
McCrimmon.
Everybody.
So grand theft of firearm removal of a serial number from a firearm, possession with intent regarding cannabis, and count 4, possession of cannabis in a felony amount. State, do you have any priors on this gentleman?
His juveniles, but nothing that significant.
Sir, how long have you lived in South Florida?
All my life.
And what do you do for work right now?
Nothing.
No?
No.
When was the last time you had a job?
Who? Probably 3 years ago.
You're 18. How do you support yourself? How do you get money to pay for your food and things of that nature?
Huh?
How do you pay for your food and your clothes?
No, there's no more.
My mom.
Well, are you in school?
Nah.
Well, what do you do all day? You don't work, you don't go to school. What do you do when you wake up? What do you do?
Sit at home.
Okay, there you go. Defendant sitting on the front chair of a house while being surveilled, seen multiple times making contact with people in vehicles who drive up and also drive up to the driveway. And the defendant would approach the vehicle and talk to the people in a truck, and then execution of a search warrant. All right. All right, sir. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to write. Found a handgun. The serial number was. So I'm going to set your bond on count 1 at 1,000, 2, 2,500, 3, 5,000, count 4,000 based on the facts of the case. And thank you very much, sir. Brandon Barr.
Line PD.
Sir,
Hey,
possession of cannabis. Count 1, 2, trafficking of heroin. 3, trafficking cocaine. Quick finds probable cause. Do we have any priors on Mr.
One moment,
Mr.
Judge.
Brandon Barr?
Felony possession of marijuana, 2010. Possession of marijuana and paraphernalia, 2013. End of record.
Got it. Okay, sir, are you currently employed?
I auto detailing. Yes.
Okay, how long have you lived down here in South Florida?
20 years.
Do you have any money in the bank?
Yes.
How much would you say you have right now?
About 300.
$300?
Yes.
Do you have any money not in the bank?
No, sir.
Do you own land or property here in South Florida?
No, sir.
Okay. How far did you go in school?
College. I attended at Hillsborough Community College in Tampa.
How long ago did you go there?
2 years, 2.5 years.
There was a search warrant executed on this defendant's house, allegedly signed by Judge DeLuca, who was found to be in possession of 57 grams of marijuana, 118 grams of cocaine, 204 grams of heroin. Sir, you do have a felony drug charge in the past from 2010. And then you have a misdemeanor drug charge also, but I'm going to set your bond on count 1 at 1,000. Count 2, just based on the level of the amount of drugs, the weight of the drugs, the fact that we're allegedly 3 drugs in your house. You have a history of this. I will lower your bond on count 2 to $50,000. Count 3 will remain at 15. Your total bond's going to be $66,000 today. You can bond out of jail. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Good luck.
How about Lenord Henley?
Me, yeah.
Sir, count 2, driving with license suspended. You'll be released on your own recognizance. Count 3, Link. Go ahead.
It's a change of charge.
Go ahead.
I'm seeing what the bond was originally set at.
100,000.
Fleeing and eluding. Count 2. Count 3, I'm sorry.
Yes, this, just to, one moment, Your Honor. Just want to see what's going on here. Yes, it was originally 100,000, Your Honor.
Okay, count 3 would be 100,000. I'm going to just put the bond back where it was. Thank you. How about Larry Andrews?
Judge, I believe in this one you have to set a bond. It was
this is a mistake. It was a change of charge. You had like July 2nd, Your Honor.
Right.
And you set the bond back at 2,000. He's already been arraigned. The bond should just be 2,000.
Sir, North Broward. Sir, your bond should be $2,000 on the burglary. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I think that's a wrap. Am I correct?
I think so.
For Larry Andrews, right?
Excuse me?
For me, 2,000?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Can I ask you something?
Sure, go ahead.
Why is it that they changed my charge from armed to just dwelling unoccupied, and it didn't lower the bond?
Hold it, I'll tell you.
What happened when he came through the first time, it was a misbook. He allegedly committed a burglary at Blanche Ely High School. I believe Judge McHugh was here. I conceded it should be just burglary of a structure.
Right.
She set the bond at 2,000. We corrected that at the case filing.
Sir, they made a mistake when they arrested you and said it was armed burglary, which is very, very, very serious. Now they figured out the mistake and charged you with just burglary. This is still serious, but not as serious. And all they did was today was just to make it official that they had corrected it. Yeah. And that's it. I just gave your bond where it was before.
When they changed the charge, because of the new bond schedule, Berg Structures have a no bond.
Right.
So
okay. So your bond's 2,000. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Guys,
okay. I think that's a wrap. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
See everyone back here. We're out from 2:35. Everyone will back at 1:30. Thank you.